Hi everyone, John B. Man Saunders here again. I can't get into the bees because it's too cold, because it's December and I can't open them up, and I need the therapeutic calmness of the bees to help me with my mind. They're very good for your mind. So because I can't get into them, I thought I'd come up and sit on the horse and have a little cuddle, because it's good for your mind. Anyway, we go home now, and I'm going to show you what I've been doing at home. Well, I'm going to do actually, make some queen cups for breeding queens next year. It's going to be quite interesting, so come with me now and see what I'm up to. Alright, here we go. Right then, here we are at the workbench indoors. Lynn don't seem to mind me doing it. I don't make a mess. It looks like I do, but I always clear up, so it's quite a clean process what I'm doing. I'm getting excited even though it's winter, because I'm looking forward to queen rearing in the summer. I can't wait. It's a bit like waiting for Christmas when you're a kid. I still can't wait every year for the next year to come so I can get on with the bees again. It's so enjoyable working with bees, isn't it? And I thought I'd show you how I make the queen cups for grafting next year. I'm going to do a challenge. I'm going to make myself a little challenge, a little sort of contest between the ones I make and the ones you can buy from the Nycot system. So first of all, we need a little dowel to make these up, and this dowel is 9mm, but when you buy these dowels to make these cups, you've got to round the edge off. But also, if you was to get a 9mm dowel and put it into one of them plastic Nycot cups, it actually doesn't quite fit. It does now because I've ground it down. I just want to show you on this bit here. There's a bit of 9mm. It will not go in there. It's just a bit too big, and it will not go into a proper queen cell there. It was just a bit too big. So all I did was I ground it down on a grinder on the workbench in the shed, just to make it very slightly smaller. Just ground a little tiny bit off, and it fits on them cups perfect. There's a proper queen cell here, which one of my queen cells from last year, and you can put that dowel in there and it fits in there just about perfect. So we've got the right size dowel, which will give us the right size cups. Here's some cups I made earlier here. These are no good, they're too big. These are just right. And what I do is I mark on the dowel with a little pencil the size of the cup I want. So I know when I dip it in the wax, because that's what I've got here. I've got hot wax in there and water in here. So what I do is I soak that like that in there, leave that soaking for a minute while we're talking. And this is quite a good thing to have, is these lamps. I think you get them for about £6 on eBay, come from China. Quite amazing. But these are invaluable. You put that light on there, and I can actually get this bit of cone for doing my grafting, and I can hold it like that, and it's like having a powerful sunlight behind you. You can see the larvae quite easily, and you can get in there. I have these Chinese things. These are sort of giveaway price on eBay from China. I can't believe they make them for £2.70 for a big pack of these. It's not dear, is it? So you can actually use this light to get right in there and find your larvae, and then transfer it into these little cups. I'm going to show you how to make the cups, and then you just transfer it into them. So I obviously can't show you that part now because I haven't got any larvae, and I'm not actually doing it until next year, but I'm preparing. I think with beekeeping it's a really good idea to prepare everything ready so that when it comes to it you've got all the equipment. And this is the challenge I've decided to do, is well, look, there's an old one that we made up from last year. This is where we've had some queens come out of there. See the nice size queen cell? That's what you want. You don't want little stumpy ones. This is the size of queen cell you need. But instead of using these, what I did last year and I showed you, I thought I'd make something a bit different. So I've made up another one of these frames to put it in. It's a normal brood frame, and I've put a piece of wood there, piece of wood there, piece of wood there, piece of wood there, because you've got a gap, a gap, a gap. Then I got, for the middle bit, I've got this bit here. I can put that in there. I've got that in the right size, high, so that I can actually get one of these rollers to fit on there. Because, like that. You obviously need to be able to put the rollers on like that. Silly me. It's all falling over. So start again. So this frame I've made up to put these, well, let's take that off. Let's take this off, sorry. Take that off out of the way. Yeah, these frames that I've made up here, I've got to make sure that I can put one of these roller cages over, because you'll have the queen cell here, and on the 10th day I want to put that over and put that onto there, and to keep the other queens, if they emerge, from killing her. So, and this one, these in between, I'm making my own like this, to see whether or not we get more queens on these or more queens on the ones I've made. So the ones I've made, I'm going to put a elastic band to hold them on, because obviously there's no clip, you can't hold them on. So what I do is I hold that on with elastic band around there. So that's that part, and then I'm going to show you how I make them now. So first of all, can you see this bit here? Obviously got the part of the kit that comes, you can use that there. So what I've done is I'm doing every other one, making it myself, and using the ones you buy in between each one, so it should work out a bit fair with which one is the best. So I've got one of these syringes, and I'll suck up the wax with that, and I just slowly drip the wax onto there, building that up so that I can sit the cup on top, but I need to glue the cup on top with some molten wax. So this is how I do it. If you have a look at these, I've built that up and I've stuck them on with molten wax. I'll do this last one now just to show you. There's me hot wax. I'll put a drop of wax on there now. See, dip like that. I'll get that, put that onto there. Then I'll go round it like that, around there. The thing is, you want it quite high off the, I'll show you why you want it high, off the bit of wood. See, so that just enables you to sort of, this little plunger thing helps you, it's for medical things, but I use it for all sorts of stuff. You can just put that round there like that, you see. That's glued really tight on there, and empty it out. I've got some boiling water here, just here, let me show you. Right, that's boiling water in there. I use that to wash this out. You just breathe it out like that. That stops the wax coming too firm in there. So it blocks it up. So that's what I do too. That's boiling water. So we've got that one done. I'll just show you, it's one of those, it's 1930s, I think they're called bamboos or something. So you've got the wax in the top here, and then underneath it you've got boiling water. That keeps your wax nice and soft. So I'm just dipping my stick into there, and then into water, into there, then into water. Do that 3 times. I'll show you that process now. Right, so that's got wet on it where it's been in this little tray of cold water there. So I've got my line on there, look, on my little dowel, 9mm dowel, whatever it is, 9. Go up to the line, into the water, back in the wax again, up to the line, up to that line there, look, into the water. I normally try and flatten it off a little bit here. So you've got into the wall, into the wax, back in the water. Might have one more little go on that one. Back in the water. Right, that's that. Now I'm gonna just flatten the bottom off a bit, like that. And then while it's still warm, just give it a little tiny turn like that. Look, watch. Tiny little turn, and it comes off, look, easy, see? And there's your cut there, look. And because I went like that on the bottom, it's got a slightly flat bottom now, so it sticks on there all right, you see. Well, it's not stuck yet, but it will be in a minute when I put some wax onto this one here and glue it on with some more wax. I'll do that. What's this? What's this then? So I'm just building that up there, look. And that one there, it's just a matter of going over each one, look. Like that. That'll be dry in a sec, look, see, you can just put your next layer on. This is ideal for doing this squeezy plunger thing. Syringe, isn't it? That's what they call it. Let's turn them over. Oh, let me have a look. So I'm building that up high. So the reason I want them high is because these you've got to cut out afterwards. Once your queen has emerged, or you've got the queen cells and you want to put them in a hive, you've got to be able to get a knife under there and cut them off. So I like to have them quite high like this. Just build them up. Keep going like that. I'm going to show you something else this is really good for, this plunger, in a minute. This syringe for cut cone. I'll show you what I do with it. Cut cone honey. Now I'll get one of these now, drip on there and put that on there. There. I'll get a little bit on there. Put that on there. It's just starting to go a bit stiff now, so you have to get the hot water, just clean it out a bit. That's it. Put a little bit on there, look. Put one of them cups on there. Like that. Yeah. Put that on there. I think that's high enough now. Put that on there. Now we've got to weld it on, haven't we, sort of thing. So I'm going to go down the edges of them now. Like that, you see. Just to join it up with the hot wax, just to make sure it's not going to fall off. Then turn it over, Do the same that side. Quite good that little plunger for this, as long as you keep it from filling up with wax and getting hard. If the wax goes hard in it, then you've got to pour some boiling water on it, soon fill it up again. So I would say they're quite well waxed in now then, wouldn't you? I don't think they're going to fall out. We don't want to lose any, do we? So that's that. I'll clear that out, and I'll show you another really good thing with this syringe, what I do in a minute. Of course, here's the little dowel that I made. You can, if you want, have 6 of these about that length, cut them off there, so you get 6 or 4, whatever amount you want, and have a piece of wood sort of the size of my hand, drill some holes in the wood, set these dowels in the wood with a bit of glue so that they're sticking out like that. You'd have 6 of them, then you can dip 6 at once into the wax and into the water instead of having and doing one at a time. But I don't want to make hundreds of them, I only want to make a few, so I'm quite happy just doing it one at a time. And every one I do is a potential queen, so I enjoy making a really good effort on each one. You know, you can do 6 at once, as I say, or 4 or 2, whatever you want, putting these dowels in a piece of wood to make a template sort of thing. Okay, so that's just another little thing you can do. Right then, that's them done. So we've got the Nycot sort of bits and pieces there, and then we've got our own queen cups, every other one. So don't forget, I made this up, and it's just an ordinary brood frame, as I say, with these 2 pieces of wood nailed there. So you've got a gap there to put this frame on and a gap there, so that's simple for anyone. So if I put that round like that, I'll show you what it's going to look like in the hive when we do the grafting. So that's just going to basically go in there like that, look. Not much to it really. Yeah, that's that one. And I'll put the other one in there like that, look. Oh, that's it, it's got the right way round. I want to show you something. That'll be in there like that for grafting. So what we'll have, look, we've got a homemade one there, and a shop bought one, homemade, shop bought, homemade, shop bought, homemade, and that is opposite. So really they've got the chance, they've got all the bees have got the same amount of chance of being accepted, the grafts, as each one. So it's sort of like a fair kind of experiment, I think, to see what is best. It's going to be interesting if the ones I've made is better than the plastic ones, because I think possibly they might be. I could have got a lot more in there, but I've spread it out like that because I'm only a hobbyist beekeeper. I haven't got hundreds of hives, so you know, it's enough for me. I could do this 2 or 3 times a year. I've got more than the queens I need. So as I say, I got the right size by looking at this queen cell cup here to make sure I have got the right size. And so that's that then, because this is what we used last year and I showed you on one of my videos, queen rearing made easy with the Nycot. So you know, you've got this cage you can buy. I think they were about £8 on eBay from China. It works perfectly well. You put the queen in there, she lays all her eggs up, and she lays them up in these little plastic cups. Then the little plastic cups we put in these holders. So that's an easy process. I'm not using that this year. I'm going to go with this with you so that we can all see it together. There's another interesting thing I think you can see is, you know, that I'm doing cut cone honey this year, not on all my hives, just on one. And so I've got a very thin strip of starter wax there, ever so thin, And then all I'm going to do is, with my plunger thing, I'm just going to dribble a little bit of wax down there and a little bit of wax down there. I'll show you how I've done that. Which I'll show you how to do that. I'll just draw up a bit of this wax again. And then I'll keep that level. It's best to keep that level rather than have it on an angle, let it run. It's easier just to keep building it up along there. Look. You think, oh, that'd take ages doing that, but you know, I don't mind doing it. Quite try and keep a nice straight line. Yeah, that's enough. That won't go anywhere now, it's hard enough. Turn it over, do that side. So, you know, I want to keep a straight line there because you've got a groove in that, which is handy because it'll just run into the groove, see? And you've got a little bit bulging over. So there we are. So we've got the wax up there and the wax there. So now the bees should make a nice straight cone in there. I'll get this. So there's last year's, there's next year's. So have a look at these little queen cells a minute. So here's last year's queen cells. I don't know if Roy's the boy, he's got his own YouTube channel on all sorts of great stuff, so it's worth having a look at that. Roy's the boy it's called on YouTube. And if you're watching Roy, there's a queen cell, and this is where the queen has emerged, and the little cat there, she's chewed her way out and she's popped out. So that's a nice sized queen cell. It could be slightly bigger actually, but sometimes you get them smaller which are inferior. So that's the queen cell, and here is the size of a normal cell that you'd see capped. So a queen cell is a lot bigger than a normal cell, look. I thought you might find that interesting. There's a bit of worker cone there, and you can just see at the bottom of the cell, this is old worker cone, you can see that there's a little sort of hexagon shaped thing, so you can see right at the bottom. So with a larvae in the bottom you should be able to see that okay with a good bit of light. So I'm looking forward to next year when I can do the grafting with you all. Right then, I want to protect these now. Now I've made them, I don't want to be knocking them off, so I've got one of these, look. One of these boxes, you can just slot that in. That'll keep that safe till I need it in the summer. Well, I hope that's been helpful to you all, and I really appreciate everyone watching. Please see all the other videos I've got on beekeeping. I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribe to my channel. I really like you subscribing. Thank you very much for all those who already have. And I look forward to seeing you all again on the next episode. Bye everyone. Thanks for watching. See ya. Ta-da.